Hello. My name is Alexis Owens, and I'm a senior here at Hope Academy. I would like to share with you tonight a little bit about myself, Hope Academy, and what being at Hope has meant to me. I had been at Hope Academy since I was a freshman. My older sister Ariana and my younger brother Elijah had started at Hope a year before I did. My younger sister Amelia and I started the year after. When I began my freshman year, I did not want to be here, and I made that very clear to everyone around me. I was dead set on not liking the school and being as difficult as possible. I most definitely did not like the idea of being in class with my older sister. But over the course of the year, I couldn't help but start to fall in love with the school. I noticed something so different about the people here. Although I had gone to a small charter school the year before, I felt like my teachers at Hope not only cared about my academics, but also cared about my personal well-being. I specifically remember one day in 9th grade that I was having a terrible day. One of my teachers, Mrs. Peterson, stopped me after class, sat down with me, and asked me if everything was okay. I told her what was going on, and she sat and listened to me throughout lunch and met with me after school. She had some really good advice, and then we prayed together. I had never felt so loved and cared for by a teacher before. It was different from anything I had ever experienced at school. My favorite thing about Hope Academy are the teachers and staff. They have played a huge part of me becoming the person I am today. Mrs. Peterson for Humane Letters, Mr. Johnson for Calculus and Physics, Mr. Calcote for Bible and Theology, my mentor group leader and choir teacher, Mrs. Ranquist, and the school counselor, Mr. Gillespie. They are so influential in my life. And I know I speak for every single student in the school who would say the same thing. Well, maybe not every student, but you know what I mean. If you look at my teachers, one of the first things that you will notice is a love for God. Of course, they have their cranky days, but their joy, almost every day, can only be explained because God is at work in their lives. And they challenge all of us academically and spiritually. One of the main things that they have been trying to teach, which I think I am finally getting, is to have a joy and a positive attitude in everything that I do. They have taught me to be accountable for my actions and to trust God no matter what the situation is. The class that I struggle with the most is calculus, and it's hard to have a positive attitude about it. Over the years, it's not uncommon for me to come to class and say to Mr. Johnson, I didn't do my homework because I didn't understand it. But I know that's not an excuse. Mr. Johnson is at school every single day before school to help with me answer any questions I might have. In fact, every single one of my teachers is. Believe me, Mr. Johnson sees me quite a bit. But because of him, I've learned to take initiative with my schoolwork. Now, you might be surprised, but sometimes there are conflicts between students. I mean, hey, it's still high school. But it's our teachers who help resolve this and teach us to love each other as brothers and sisters in Christ. Finally, I feel very prepared for my future because of Hope, and I have many plans. I plan to follow my older sister's footsteps and go to college. Ariana has set a great example for me. She has shown me how to prepare for college and not to procrastinate, and to do my schoolwork and to get my college applications done. She also showed me that getting scholarships and going to a 4-year school is possible. My dream is to become a high school English teacher in the inner city and to show my future students the love and affection and support my teachers are showing all of us. In fact, I'm hoping that Mrs. Peterson might have a few kids in the next year so that when I graduate, Hope Academy might have need a new high school English teacher. I'm so grateful for everything that Hope has selflessly given to me, my classmates, and my family. I would also like to thank my partner for supporting me during my time here at Hope. Looking back, I have realized that God has placed me here for a reason. It's hard to imagine where I might be without Hope. And I wouldn't give my education here for anything in the world. To conclude, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the people who make Hope Academy so influential: the teachers, the staff, and the board members. If you are a teacher, a staff member, or a board member, would you please stand? Thank you so much.